In February of this year, McKinsey released a report titled How an AI-Enabled Software Product Development Lifecycle Will Fuel Innovation. This quote from the article resonated with me and correlates with what you and I aim to achieve. Specifically, AI's ability to automate time-consuming routine tasks frees product managers, engineers, and designers to focus on higher value, more satisfying tasks requiring human creativity and judgment. Today, we will pull on this thread of the focus on higher value tasks for you and your team. Over the next 60 minutes, we're going to focus on the AI era in mechanical design. My name is Sean. In addition to my day job as the head of global sales for Leo AI, I will also be your host. I would like to welcome you from whatever corner of the globe you are tuning in from. I genuinely mean that, as Leo is solving problems for a global audience every day. When I finalized my presentation, I was able to identify the origination of the interactions with Leo. Within the last 24 hours, Leo has provided value to people in 37 countries. Yes, 37 countries, and thank you for your trust in Leo. The design community from around the world are looking to Leo to help them improve their time to market, as well as the ideation of new products and helping each individual find information from literally millions of pages of engineering data. As we move through our presenters, feel free to ask questions down below, and our team will also be available at the end. Speaking of presenters, we have assembled a team of experts to share their vision and perspectives on the state of our engineering world today and where it is headed. You will hear from my colleague, Eitan. Eitan is Leo's product manager. Eitan does a great job of communicating users' needs to our development team and collaborating on the product's direction. We will also hear from Mr. Jon Hirschtick, the chief evangelist at PTC. If that name sounds familiar, it should. Jon was the founder of SolidWorks and is a co-founder of Onshape. Leo was born out of an idea and a personal pain point from one of our co-founders, Dr. Mayor Farid. Mayor will share with us the origin of Leo AI and provide a peek into where he sees the future. Last but not least is JJ Schwartz. JJ is one of the new magicians of engineering. I refer to JJ as an AI mechanical engineer specializing in thermal and mechanical projects. Let's get started. I would like to welcome our special guest now, Mr. JJ Schwartz. JJ holds degrees in data science, mechanical engineering, and environmental engineering, as well as an MBA from the Technion Institute of Technology in Israel. Thank you for taking the time to join us today, JJ.
Happy to be here.
Fantastic. Let's just get right into it, JJ. You've worked on major projects and have designed great products. I know you have used many of the great CAD systems for your projects and recently started using Leo as a co-pilot. Before you started using Leo AI, what was your experience with AI tools in general? And can you please share with us how and why you began exploring Leo AI?
Okay, well, I started working with a lot of different AI tools like everyone else, ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, you name it, Perplexity. All these tools were great and interesting, but I found myself double checking them a lot and doubting a lot of their responses. Fortunately, one of these days on LinkedIn or looking for better tools, I stumbled upon Leo, tried it out, and was really impressed, and that's where the story starts.
It's always a great beginning, remembering that first date. So JJ, the design and development of products know no boundaries in terms of their discipline. That could be consumer products like my webcam, or agricultural products like farming equipment, or in your case, lunar technology for your recent project. JJ, what was the design intent of your latest product, and what design or business challenges did you face?
So my background is in working in space, thermal mechanical issues. And the issue I was dealing with is generating heat on the moon, basically. And not just to do it on a small scale level. That's kind of how heat is generated in space today, whether it's for a telescope or a satellite. There's going to be a moon colony one day, and you're going to need to generate heat on an industrial scale. So that was the big issue that I was dealing with.
Wow, a moonshot. I didn't think I'd see the day when I'd be talking about a moonshot, but thank you. JJ, how many people are on your team and how did that help or hurt your timeline?
So like anyone, we're three friends who've worked in the past on space projects, and we talk, we brainstorm, and we try to develop all these ideas that pop into our head. And it was just we were trying to develop this idea and work around this problem, but it was hard to get everyone together. Then I had kind of had a deadline approaching for a space boot camp that I wanted to apply for. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to try doing this on my own with Leo and see how it goes. That's what I kind of dove into.
So the genesis of the beginning was doing more with less. Is that fair?
Yeah, 100%. While trying, we've all been through the issues of trying to coordinate meetings with teammates. Uh, Eventually, I said, okay, let's see what I can do on my own here and run ahead. And that's where it started. I started working with Leo, and that's what helped me develop an eventual prototype.
Great. So, JJ, Leo offers extensive capabilities for design engineers like yourself, enabling them to search through literally a million pages of high fidelity engineering data in seconds and perform instant ideation to assist creatives like yourself. Which modules did you use from Leo AI for your lunar technology?
So I started with the ideation. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to schedule ideation sessions with my friends. When that didn't work out, I tapped into Leo, and it was great. What I was trying to do over a few weeks, I did in a few hours. Like you said, doing more with less, and ran ahead, developed this prototype that helped me. The ideation module basically helped me focus. That's the whole problem with the ideation. You're trying to decide which direction, which concept to go to. So you make a prototype to narrow down your possibilities. So I started with the ideation. Once I got past the ideation, I moved into the chat, which helped me, flesh out the prototype with real components, real engineer based on real engineering and academic data.
Ideation, weeks to hours. That's pretty cool. Thanks. Um, I also realize you use Leo as your co-pilot with Onshape. Can you please share your screen and share with the audience and explain how you utilize Onshape and Leo, as well as how they enhanced your workflow and your outcome?
Well, sure. So let me share my screen. You should see it right now.
Coming. Okay, we're good.
All right, so over here you can see this is the prototype that I developed in Onshape after several stages of ideation. And the great thing about working with Onshape and Leo is I'm just a simple guy. Both of these tools are in the cloud. I'm not working at a big company office now. I don't have a supercomputer at home, so that's giving me super powerful tools, whether it's CAD or AI, right at my fingertips in my home office. And the great thing about Onshape is that you're running really fast with the AI, and you're making a lot of changes along the way. And like anything, you got to start moving to get the ball rolling. So you start designing in Onshape, and you start making changes. And on top of being in the cloud, as I mentioned before, Onshape saves every single stage along the way. So I could go back and forth, make design changes at any point. I don't have to worry about making a change and then losing information along the way. So that's a great thing about having Onshape in parallel.
All right, I'm going to say this first. Leo plus Onshape equals super tools.
100%.
There we go.
100%.
Real quick, what are we looking at actually on the design?
So finally, this is a concept. When you're trying to do something in space, you want it to be really simple because obviously you don't want to start trying to fix stuff out there. and it costs a lot of money to send a repairman out to the moon. So what this is a solar heat concentrator based on using parabolic reflectors mounted on a rover, where the idea would be that you're going to reflect the sun's energy onto the lunar soil below to heat it. And this rover could kind of move progressively across the moon's surface to heat the lunar soil.
Leo and Onshape warming up people on the moon.
Yeah, well,
All right.
that's a whole other presentation, but
There you go. There you go.
I don't want to dive into that now.
All right. Last question for you, JJ. So Onshape and Leo are tools in your toolbox. Could you ever eliminate them and return to traditional tools and project workflows, such as those from the early 2000s or the 2010s, or maybe even 5 years ago?
No, why would you? With Onshape, I have a CAD program that doesn't crash. And Leo, like I said before, something that took weeks, I'm doing in a few hours. So it seems obvious, right? You can't go back. You can't turn back.
Well, I agree. And JJ, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your energy, and congratulations on your project, and wish you good luck.
All right. Thanks for the great tools.
Thank you.
Take care.
For the next segment, we're going to showcase Leo AI. Please keep in mind how JJ talked about he leveraged ideation and engineering chat for his lunar technology. I would like to now welcome our next guest, my colleague, Mr. Eitan Steinberg. Eitan, before we get started, can you please share with us your journey and how you became the greatest influencer on YouTube and the product manager of Leo AI?
Yeah, the one and only.
Yes.
Uh, well, I started with Maor and Moti in the Technion studying mechanical engineering, uh, sort of together in similar programs. After our studies, I became an engineer in the Israeli army in a few different units. We don't need to talk about that. For about 10 years, I got a wide variety of experience in different fields of engineering. And once I was out, I talked to Maor, I talked to Moti, and we got together again.
So your role here is born out of being a mechanical designer, mechanical engineer, and using tools.
Yeah, so we've all been mechanical engineers, and we all know the pains and difficulties that engineers face in their daily work. And now we're trying to fix those problems and pains with new technology.
Right on. Eitan, I'm going to go off camera. Thank you for your time. I'll catch you on the other side. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll just share my screen. Basically, what I'm going to show you today, everyone here in the webinar, is everything we offer right now and in the near future with Leo. So first off, this is the web version of our app. You can see it's running in my Chrome browser. It runs in any browser, any operating system. And we'll just go over the layout, and then I'll show you the features we currently have available. So here in the profile area, you have all sorts of information about your profile. And this is also where you can download the desktop app. Now, I recommend using the desktop app because that's where you'll get access to the more advanced features, and any future feature that would require integration with your database and your CAD will be only available in the desktop app. So I recommend getting used to that. Here, this is the chat interface. In this tab, we have another tab for the ideation interface. We'll get into that later. And another one for accessing all the sessions you have in your history. You can create a new chat here or in this button here. And in the button next to the chat line, we have suggestions. The purpose of these suggestions is, suppose you see this demo, you get an idea about what Leo can do, but then you want to try it yourself. So these suggestions, each one will trigger a different feature, a different capability Leo has. And that's how you can kind of remember what it does and get a feel for it, because there is a slight learning curve with Leo, as there is with any new type of technology and software. So to start off, I'll do a simple demonstration of the engineering chat and what it means to have an engineering chat as your co-pilot. I'll use this example of me designing an elevator, and I need help assessing the required diameter of the wire. So first off, I want to get an overview of different types, and then I want Leo to do the actual calculation. So we have a combination of theoretical and practical tasks for Leo. Now, what makes our engineering chat an engineering chat that's very different from other AI chats is a couple of things. The first one is this planning area where Leo strategizes the best way to answer your request, no matter how complex. So Leo can use its different capabilities and features as many times as necessary to give you the information and answer you need. The second thing is about the answer itself. You can see here every part of the answer. Leo gives you the sources from where it gets the information. And we also give you access to the exact source, to the exact place in the exact book where Leo got this information from. So you can see it's a relevant book. It's a relevant page in the book. You can see this is about wire ropes from Machinery's Handbook, a very popular engineering book. And we do this so you can gain confidence in the answers. We do this mainly so Leo doesn't hallucinate its answers, because that's a very big problem with AI systems in general. And this isn't a small number of sources. Leo goes over basically about 1 million pages of high quality engineering sources. So we're talking handbooks, guidelines, different standards, and for our business users, also their company's data from their sync directories or PDM systems. We'll get into that later. Now, Leo sorts this information. It can display it in very convenient ways. And in the second part of the answer, which is about the calculation, we use Python to solve for the actual answer. So Leo has the entire context of the conversation. It gets the equations from the books, and then uses Python to solve to get the exact answer, because language models, they can't do calculations. They only guess. But Python can solve, and you don't need to know Python to use this, and you can get the right answer. You can get a precise answer and do real engineering work using this chat. So that's about the engineering chat. Worth checking out with any variety of questions you may have in your work. The second feature, and I'll have this related to the first question, is about getting standard parts. Now I'm going to ask Leo, I'd like to find an appropriate wire to buy. So this is kind of the next step. After I figure out the type and diameter, I want to buy a wire. And I don't need to specify it because, again, Leo has the entire context of this conversation. So it knows we're talking about elevators. It knows the recommended safety factor, and it knows the diameter. And now it's going to search through different vendors to find the closest match. And this is the advantage of using this natural language way to search for things rather than just a Google search, because Leo can understand my intent and it can get the best match, the best fit, the closest. It gets a big variety of answers and it sorts them based on how well a fit they are to what I asked. And you can see there's a pretty good fit here. It's the right diameter. You can open up the vendor's website. This is from McMaster. You can see all the data and you can download it. And also if you're using the desktop app, when you do download, it opens up directly in your CAD software. So that's like one of the advantages of using the desktop app. So getting standard parts, something engineers do a lot, a very useful tool. And using AI and a natural language system is a very powerful way of finding standard parts. Now I want to talk about the next feature, which is a little less engineering and a little more about making concepts. It's kind of what JJ was referring to. It's the ideation. Use a simple example of a solar-powered planetary rover with a drilling arm. So also an example from space. And here you can see this runs also in the chat interface, and it also runs separately in the ideation interface. So I want to show both. So here you can see I wrote what I want to get. Leo writes description, and I'm getting the images here. And I just want to show I can do the exact same thing over in this module, which is dedicated for ideation. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit graphic, a little bit more graphic in the interface. That's why we have both. So we'll just make a few concepts here. And now the first thing you need when you have a new concept, when you have an idea, you have something to talk about. But when you talk to people about an idea, no one has the exact same image in mind. So to solve that, the best thing is an image, right? So you can get these images pretty fast. These images that look like they were, made in CAD and rendered. And we have a bunch of tools for getting the right image, getting your idea represented in the right way in 2D. You can upload an image. You can sketch if you have a pad and you know how to sketch. I don't, so I'm not going to do that. If I like one of these, I can generate variations on it. I can be more or less creative. And I'm using here the lowest quality because it's the fastest, but I can go up much higher in the render quality. The idea here is to make many, many concepts until either you get exactly the idea you had in mind, or you get something new and innovative that you haven't thought of. So that's about the images. And the second part here is we call it a product summary. It's kind of a text overview. You can create a whole document, a whole 9-page report, which contains all of the technical information you need to complete this project. So from what materials you need to source, what standards you need to comply by, how do you do quality assurance and all of that. And it generates a full 9-page report. This takes some time, so we won't wait for it, but you can download it. When it finishes, it runs in the background. And this report, this kind of a SOW document is also something that's pretty important for when you start a new project. You need to have some documentation, something that shows what you're going to do. So everyone talks in the same language. And the last asset we can make here with ideation, I'll take this one as an example, is a 3D asset. This 3D asset, it's a mesh model. So it doesn't have features, but you can still open it up in SolidWorks. It opens up with the colors and it looks pretty much exactly like the image here. And again, this is a way to collaborate with other engineers, with other people working on the project. They can all open it up and do their own integration tests, see that parts fit together. Each person had their respective responsibility. We'll just give it a few more seconds to load. And we get here this cute little model, spin it around, download it, and share it with your colleagues. This is a nice way to work together. So these are all the features we currently have available in Leo for anyone using for the trial period or using their pro account. And now I'll switch over to our desktop app to show what we offer in our business tier for our business customers. So here you can see it's the exact same interface. I just have one more tab, which is the library tab. And here I can sync directories from my network or from my computer to the Leo directory. And what this allows me, I'll just give you an example of what I synced. Here I have a bunch of PDFs, stuff I collected, things that I'm working on. And I have here, for instance, a bunch of parts, SolidWorks parts and assemblies, all synced with Leo. Now, what this allows me to do is now if I ask the chat some engineering question, and I gathered a lot of information about motors. So I'll ask about an engine. What? Yeah. So here I'm asking Leo, I'm telling it I'm working on a high performance engine valve, and I'm asking about our design guidelines, like the design guidelines that I have in my company, in my PDF files. And it's giving me this answer, and I can see this answer is from this source. It opened up in the wrong page, but here we go. So this is one of our company's guidelines. So performance engine valve technology. I get the full report, and I don't even need to read it because Leo's giving me the answer in the engineering chat. And I'll do another example about a practical calculation. So now I'm working again about these engine valves, and I want Leo to calculate the estimated diameter for the valve seat in the engine block. But again, only based on my company's documentation and guidelines. So Leo's going to reference again the previous documents and run the calculation and give me an estimated diameter. And the same goes for the part retrieval feature. Now I have a few parts synced, I have a few valves. So I'm going to find from my collection of parts a valve in this size range. And I can search through all of my parts, regardless of how I save them, with a proper name or with the wrong name. Leo's going to look for the right geometry and find an example assembly valve in this diameter range. So this is, again, a very powerful way to utilize my company's data. It can be in my parts, in my friends' parts, parts I didn't even remember I made 10 years ago. Leo can find them based on their geometry and retrieve them. And again, these will open up in my CAD editor if it was open here. Yeah, so again, these features are available for the business tier, and I think Sean or Maor will talk about this more soon, so I will stop sharing now.
Eitan, good job, man.
Thank you.
A lot to unpack there. Eitan is a master at this. There was a lot of information, a lot of things that he did. And the first thing I noticed is him and JJ are now in competition as he's creating his own lunar rover for solar power. And no, joking aside, now you can see what the power of what JJ did with Leo and Onshape. Being able to create this ideation quickly. That's what it really is about, right? It's about your time to market. In JJ's case, it was about his time to be able to show some designs. So that was pretty important. And I also was just taking some notes. Of course, I'm close to Leo as it is, but for people to understand, calculations, theoretical, strategies, using Python to solve the answers. This was all done within literally seconds. And now you can see why Leo is a co-pilot for you. Also, at the end, he switched over to the Windows app. Critical to understand. I guess we have a poll there. The company data that he was able to extract, whether it's 1 year ago or 10 years ago, based on the geometry, that is super impactful and super important. Now, is the technology available today? No. And Mr. Moravia, Moti, and will get angry with me, but this cake is almost out of the oven. We were targeting an April 1st target date, could be the first couple weeks of May. But the thing about it is we are out testing this right now, and this is going to provide an immense amount of value to all of our customers. So with that, Chevy has put up a webinar poll for you. So if you guys can just read and answer those, I would appreciate it. And then once we get done with this, I will ask Mr. Jon Hirschtick to join me. All right. John, I see you patiently waiting in the wings there. Thank you for joining us. For those that do not know or who may have joined a little bit late, John's thumbprint from two of his companies has immensely impacted the products that you and I enjoy daily. That is not an overstatement. Jon was the founder of SolidWorks and co-founder of Onshape, which has enabled hundreds of thousands of professionals worldwide to pursue their passion for product design. Today, Jon is a chief evangelist for PTC, and he's delivering a masterclass at all of his events. I've been honored to work with you for nearly 30 years, Jon, and today it feels full circle as we are discussing new technology again. Jon, a few weeks ago, you spoke at your alma mater, MIT in Boston, and the topic was AI in product design. That topic is directly in line with our mission today. So I'd like to kick this off with two questions. It's a two-parter. What do you think about the role of AI for product development today? And part two, how does this relate to CAD tools, workflows, and overall design in the next 2 to 5 years?
Yeah. Well, first, let me say thank you, Sean and Mayor and the whole Leo AI team for including me today. I want to tell you, I've been building these systems for over 40 years. Next month will be 44 years. And Sean, great to see you. Sean and I go way back. And I've seen generations come. I've been lucky enough to be part of building SolidWorks and then Onshape. And sometimes people say to me, what was it like in the early days when you're just getting started? Well, I feel like today is still the early days and we're still just getting started, because I felt that way even before what I'll call modern AI, generative AI. But now that I've seen AI, it's even more true than ever. There's so much more that AI and generally we can do for the product developers of the world that we serve. And Sean, direct answer your question, I'm super excited about AI. And I can elaborate in my comments, but I don't think of AI as a chatbot or a particular application. I think of it as a new set of tools for solving computing problems, tools that are so different that they let you rethink different problems, different ways of solving them. There's dramatically different effort to results curves. There's dramatically different ways for users to think about them. There's dramatically different ways for us to think about the applications that are possible. There's dramatically different error modalities that you have to think about in the new world. So I'm super excited about the potential. I'm confident it's already making a difference with customers that are using Leo AI. And it's going to be, in my opinion, a lot more used throughout the product design and manufacturing process.
Yeah, it's great to hear that from you. You have a pulse unlike any other. Jon, I, of course, like your thousands of followers, I follow you on LinkedIn and I see you popping up all around the country, speaking as a chief evangelist for PTC. What is the perspective of PTC with respect to AI?
Well, we're doing here at PTC, we're doing a lot of AI projects. Okay. Some that have been released in products like our ServiceMax product has a new ServiceMax AI, very exciting. Those of you interested in it, we're building a lot of prototypes internally. We've also released our Onshape AI advisor. And we're here at PTC, I think we see AI as something that, again, is not a particular one of them. I really want to tell you that you can organize your thinking about AI in our world in two dimensions. This is how we see it here at PTC. One is you have to think much more broadly than a nominal app. Even when you show Leo AI, you've shown several different ways it can be used. Sometimes people think of AI in our world and all they're thinking about is to say text to CAD or a chatbot or something. There's a whole lot more. AI has potential in everything from, as you've shown, conceptual generation, usage of CAD, advising on usage of CAD, CAM, PDM. We're seeing AI used in CAM to generate toolpaths. We see a lot of potential applications in PDM, in making drawings, in downstream applications on the manufacturing floor. So many potential applications. As we're seeing AI demonstrated, we also see a maturity level. This is an important thing for users to keep in mind. In some cases, it's ready to be used today, like the calculations you showed Leo AI generating. I can't guarantee it will work on every calculation a user wants to, but you can see that's getting to a real useful level. It's not just a demo. I could relate that, and hearing JJ speak is ultimately what it's all about. And so in some cases, we're seeing AI demonstrated at a level where it's either ready to go in production or it's close and you can see it. Other times we're just seeing prototypes, and who knows how far away that is from being really in production. I think research is great. I just gave a talk in MIT's research lab, which, by the way, is a really fantastic lab that is doing research on AI and product development. I was lucky enough to speak there, Sean. Thanks for mentioning that. And I really emphasize research is really valuable, but we can't confuse it with real tools like Leo AI, Onshape AI Advisor, and so forth. So at PTC, we're doing a lot of research, a lot of prototyping. We're proud that we're delivering products that are ready in AI to add value with AI throughout our product line, and a lot more coming.
It's great. Let's stay with the tools for a second. Historically, a designer and an engineer like JJ or Aton, they have a tool chest, and their methodology was based around a centric CAD tool with some offshoot of maybe some simulation, and then, of course, the enigma of data management. You just mentioned the AI advisor that was released a couple weeks ago by Onshape.
Onshape, yeah.
How does that fit? How does the AI advisor fit with Leo?
Oh, great question. So let me just tell you, first of all, engineers should use both. I think AI Advisor does one thing, Leo does an amazing range of capabilities. Let me tell you a little about Onshape AI Advisor.
Sure.
We shipped it, first of all, available to all our users in the Onshape Learning Center. I can see in the chat, we have some of our Onshape customers here. Welcome, JJ, Onshape customer too. So great to have you here. And the Onshape AI Advisor just answers questions about using Onshape. So it's a chat bot. You can ask it a question. I want to create a boundary surf, this curvature continuous here. I'm not getting the right results. What should I do? Onshape also has CAM now. I don't know if the audience says you can ask a question about CAM. I want to avoid that. My assembly, how do I get an assembly to run fast, open faster, and so forth? It'll give you strategies based on detailed Onshape knowledge. It's already been used, I'll just say, thousands of times. And what was so cool and exciting was in one of the first days after we released it on the Onshape forums, public, by the way, you can look this up. One of our longtime users and a really heavy forum contributor, he showed an example where he got some really detailed advice about restructuring and assembly. And this user has 4,000 posts on our forum, Sean. Just think of what a good user that is. I don't have 4,000 posts on the Onshape forum. Really advanced user getting advice that he didn't know about from AI Advisor. So Onshape AI Advisor helps users use Onshape. That's the chat experience. Leo AI, you've seen broad sense of engineering. So we like to think that these are two tools that we'd ideally see users using both of. And I think there are other AI tools that users will use, like they'll continue to use ChatGPT or similar tools. There'll be good reasons to use things like Microsoft Copilot, as I use. So I think you're going to see AI become a range of tools. It'll probably get so common and so widely used that it's not even remarkable anymore. 5 years from now, it'll be like the internet. We don't say anymore, hey, are you using the internet? Like everyone uses the internet, and AI is going to be like that. And tools like Leo AI, Onshape AI Advisor are just a couple examples of the creative many different ways that can be done.
Fantastic. So in my current role, I'm speaking to 10 to 15 to 20 people a week. I like to think that I'm an evangelist like yourself, John. I've been doing this for quite a while as well. And a tip of the hat to you and your colleagues for driving the only cloud native product development platform into the mainstream. This helps me in my daily conversations because you've already did the hard work of letting people know that the cloud's okay. So do you foresee cloud native tools like Onshape having an advantage with AI?
Yeah, actually, Sean, glad you brought that up because clearly, we didn't build Onshape as a cloud native system because of AI, but it's this wonderful, happy coincidence that cloud native is just fantastic for AI. Because look what we just did. We deployed Onshape AI Advisor to all users. They don't need to download and install anything. They don't need to worry about how big their computer is. We're providing all that. The other cool thing about cloud native is it lets our customers work with large amounts of data. So we have users now that are using Onshape to generate synthetic training data for their own AI apps. We never see user data. We certainly don't train on it. Come on, those are, obvious things we don't do. But users are discovering that in the era of AI, cloud native has a number of key advantages. We also have the world's largest, by far, public library of open source CAD documents in our Onshape public library. I believe we're at 15 million documents and counting, many of which are very elaborate models and things. So that's been another really cool thing that the research community has taken note of. And so we, once again, are finding that cloud native is the gift that keeps on giving, and is for so many. I mean, it's pretty obvious to people. It's a real big advantage in the world of AI too. By the
Now it
way,
is.
Sean, people who release software once a year, it's going to take more than 10 releases in the next 10 years to get AI right. We're going to all need to release very quickly. I know Leo AI, you're iterating very quickly. We're iterating very quickly. We need to explore. One advice to users is try AI. Try Leo AI. Try our AI advisor at Onshape. Try something. Try ChatGPT. Use these tools. Okay, don't put your confidential data into just any tool. Make sure it has appropriate security, like ours do, but make sure that you're trying the tools, that your users are trying them, that your users are learning what AI can do, because it changes every day.
Tip of the spear in 95 or 96 was SolidWorks. Tip of the spear,
Yeah.
cloud native platform. Tip of the spear with Leo. I'm sorry, with Onshape AI advisor in Leo. You kind of just stole the thunder from my last question here, but I'm gonna bring it up anyways. So
Sorry.
we talked about AI in general and the
Yeah.
impact of AI on product development. We also talked about the developments of PTC and Onshape and the symbiotic relationship potential with Onshape and Leo AI. Looking forward to seeing where this one goes with us. And a lot of people look to you for advice, John, as the true beacon of credibility in this space. Any final thoughts? I know one of them you just said, try it. Anything
Yeah.
else you can think?
I think try it. Don't standardize too quickly. Don't assume that, because again, it's all going to plan for change and evolution in the tools you use, how you use them, and be agile with it. And that's probably my last piece there. I think if you've seen, I'll end with a nice anecdote. How many of you remember the movie Iron Man? Tony Stark is talking with Jarvis. When I saw that movie, I said, wow, that's a really futuristic view of CAD. But it was so forward looking because it was conversational and cooperative between the human and the machine. That's what Leo AI is doing. That's what that's what AI is doing in many fields. I think in the future, every engineer can be like Iron Man and have this wonderful AI assistant that helps them build fantastic products better than ever.
John, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure. I'll see you at the next gathering.
Thank you, Sean.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
All right, we are in the home stretch now, and I am honored to bring on my friend from
Hello,
Leo AI,
sir.
Dr. Mayor Farid. Mayor is the co-founder and CEO of Leo AI. Mayor, we have covered a lot of ground so far, and you are batting cleanup. To start off your segment, I have one statement and two questions. Also, hello to Moti, your partner, co-founder and CTO of Leo AI, who is not presenting today, but you can find him down in the chat. Oh, there he is right there. I didn't know you were coming on. Hello. And my questions, why did you and Moti decide to create Leo AI? And what is your vision for AI and product development and the future of AI, of Leo AI? I'm going to go off camera and learn and listen like the rest of our audience. So thank you, gentlemen. It's all yours to bring home.
Thank you so much, Sean, for moderating this event. And I want to thank John for the opportunity to have him here with us on our monthly webinar at Leo AI. And I want to thank every one of you. And in every webinar, I'm saying that I'm very happy to see you. But for, this time, I'm super happy to see you. I'm super happy to see you, our guest, for two reasons. First of all, because you already know, if you visited us in the previous webinars, you are our obsession. Our obsession at Leo AI is to not just to make a nice AI thingy for you that you'll feel excited for one day or something, is to bring you something that provides you a real value, to change how you work, to allow you to do your magic, use your creativity, your innovation, but just to do it faster with less tedious work. The other thing is that you are our only source of truth. At Leo, we can stay inside the building and think from today to tomorrow about nice visions and ideas and concepts, but without your real feedback, our customers, our users, we're just blind. So in this opportunity, I would love to emphasize it even more. Please, guys, tell us here in the chat, even right now, what did you like the most about Leo? What would you like to see next that we will do for you, right? I'm also very happy to see Jon for a particular reason that he already knows, but I'm going to share this with you very, very soon. So, Eitan showed you what Leo can do for you today, but I would like to take a few minutes of your time to tell you why Leo does what he does today and what it will do next for you, right? So for those of you that are joining us for the first time, maybe I will start with my background. And also it's very similar to Moti's background. It's not a chance. We're best friends since our first day in our military service, since we were 18 years old. So I'll start with my dream of becoming a mechanical engineer. So I think all of us can remember the moment that we decided that this is what we're going to do in the future when we're going to grow up, right? Mechanical engineering is our thing. So I remember this day very, very well. And my dream of becoming a mechanical engineer started by a complete coincidence when I was in 10th grade. So I was walking near an empty classroom and I saw a very odd software on one of the computers. I've never seen this software before. So I approached the computer, and at the moment that I touched the mouse, I was hooked, right? It was SolidWorks. By then, Onshape was not available, Jon. So I was hooked, and in this moment, I started to dream to become a mechanical engineer. 2 years later, I turned 18, and like every 18-year-old in Israel, I joined the Israeli Defense Forces, and I was joining the elite program of training mechanical engineers. And I remember those 4 years at school, there was the best years of my life. Really, I remember how, we used Moti, I guess that you resonate with this, right? Every day, we thought outside of the box. We thought about innovation, creativity, tackling real problems, right? Cutting edge problems. And I felt that I've done the best choice of my life, right? So I was so happy. So I completed not only my bachelor's, but also my master's and my PhD. And then I started to work as a mechanical engineer. And then I realized that I probably done the worst mistake of my life going to study mechanical engineering, because I remember for 3 months, I was looking for 3 bolts and 2 ball bearings. Most of them were not even a good fit. And I felt like I'm a glorified secretary. I'm not doing any kind of innovation. I'm not leveraging nothing that I've learned. So I felt, maybe I will visualize to you what I really felt. This is what I felt, right? And tell me here, please, yes, raise your hand virtually. Whom of you feel the same, right? I felt when I was going to school that I'm going to design the next generation of robots. I'm going to be some kind of an Iron Man, right? This is what I thought I'm going to do. What I was actually doing, just, again, sitting in front of the computer in the best case scenario, right? In the worst case scenario, taking meetings or searching for parts on online catalogs or hard copy books. So this was absolutely horrible. So if we're thinking for a second, what really is the problem? The problem is not that CAD is not great. It's not that PDM is not, I won't say great, but decent. The problem really in engineering, this is, by the way, our thought. Please feel free to share and elaborate and share with us what you really think is the problem. But we believe that the main problem is that today, in 2025, engineering knowledge is still siloed. It's still locked in the brains of the older engineers in our organization on, online sources like open source books and websites and forums, I mean, technical forums. Also in our CAD files that we designed in the last years or so, our PDF files, our text files, right? So those sources are not talking. This is the main reason that we believe that as mechanical engineers, we spend so much time on trying to find the right parts on our PDM or using Google or ChatGPT, not without much success, or hoping to find Joe at the end of the corridor that only this 60-year-old, 70-year-old dude, only he knows how to choose bolts on our organization. So our goal at Leo AI is basically bringing all of those together, right? Taking only the most high fidelity, only the Bibles of engineering, taking them from the internet, right? Putting them in one place. Then taking your PDM data, putting them on the same place. Also your documents and everything that you have in your organization, all your geometric, I mean CAD data, and your textual data, right? Your reports, your design specs and everything, and training in AI just for you on those sources of knowledge and providing them to you in real time during your design process. This is what we believe that is allowing you to standardize your design, to design faster and make better decisions faster. So this is why Moti and I, before we started even writing a single line of code, we talked to you. We talked to more than 900 mechanical engineers, from juniors to VP of engineering, across geographies, across industries, and we itemized the most time-consuming tasks that you are facing today. And this is the story behind what you saw, in the live demo showed by Eitan. This is what Leo provides today. But this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, because if you're thinking about it, AI is great, it's nice, right? And the demo that Eitan showed you is fantastic because it's leveraging high fidelity sources and everything. But for us engineers, context is everything. And let me explain to you what I really mean by the following story. Imagine two engineers, right? One engineer works at HP. He's designing office printers. The second engineer works at NASA. He is designing spacecraft, right? Both ask Leo for the same prompt, the same request. For example, give me a lightweight bracket. But both of them, expect different solutions, different results by Leo. The HP engineer expects something made out of plastic with low cost, optimized for mass production. The NASA engineer, she expects a whole other thing. She expects for an aerospace grade aluminum, vibration resistant, which was built to survive space conditions, right? Same prompt, completely different context. And that's why AI, without the context, it just gigo, garbage in, garbage out. It's just noise. And Leo is built to understand your world, your organizational knowledge, leverage your tribal knowledge, and international industry knowledge, and provide them to you in real time. So what Leo provides for you today, everything that Eitan showed you, this is basically, you can get it in the Leo Pro. Unlimited access to everything that Eitan showed you. Engineering Copilot, solve math and engineering problems, standard power retrieval based on the world's largest online vendors, right? And 3D concept generation, which basically allows you to brainstorm faster. We have now the data of more than 35,000 Leo users, which is phenomenal. I guess maybe we crossed this number already. I'm very fortunate to say that it grows super fast. So according to the data that we collected from them, they're reporting, like, if I'm taking the average, right? They report that Leo saved them 5 hours of tedious work a week. And if you multiply this by the cost of an hour of mechanical engineer, this is a $1,000 per month that they're saving. So here the cost is $49 a month per user. If you're purchasing the yearly subscription, it's even lower, right? It's $39 a month. This is the Leo Pro. This is the basic one. But if you want to leverage your organizational knowledge and you don't have a PDM, right? You collect your data, you share your data in your organization in Windows directories, on folders, which is super common. It's super common specifically in relatively smaller teams, between 1 to 6 engineers, right? So for you, we're very happy to offer you the Leo Business, which basically allows you to leverage your organizational data in a collective fashion, to collaborate, right, inside your team. So when you're subscribing to Leo Business, Leo basically, is becoming aware of your CAD data and PDM data. And PDF data and textual data, and allows you to answer your questions based on your organizational knowledge, your own data, your own inventory. So it will search, if you are searching for a part, for example, it will provide you with a part that is in your Windows directory. If it's not there, then, only then, Leo is gonna approach online vendors. If you have a technical question, first Leo will try to help you to answer a question based on your organizational knowledge, based on your documents, your PDF files, your Microsoft Word files. And only if it's not there, Leo is gonna go outside and search online, again, only on the over 1 million high fidelity sources that we have. And also here, we provide you a live training session. In other terms, when you subscribe to Leo Business, you automatically get an email from us with a link to our calendar, and then you basically book a meeting, a session, a kickoff session with our technical team member, and he or she is joining you for a Zoom call, making sure that everything works, everything is integrated properly, everything is set, and of course, we answer any of your questions, making sure that you're good to go and you know how to leverage the best out of Leo. If you're working on a larger organization, it's very likely that you have a PDM system, right? This is where you collect your data. And of course, on Windows directories. So for you, right, for large organizations, we provide the Leo Enterprise, which offers you everything that I just mentioned about Leo Business, plus a PDM integration. And again, it allows you to leverage your organizational knowledge, organizational data, textual data, and CAD data, and answer your questions, provide you with better parts and everything during the design process, right? And in this way, to leverage your best practices. Here, we also provide a VIP productivity coaching from our team. Again, like in the business, Leo Business, we send you an email with link to our calendar. You book a session from our side, and every time that you have a question, we're there for you. Last but not least, if you want to get more out of Leo, if you want to make sure that all your organization is on the same page when it comes to AI, the stakeholders, the engineers, the CEO, whatever, all of you know exactly how to leverage AI and to use Leo AI, we offer the Leo Jumpstart program. And here it's basically a 2-month-long program that we have several sessions, and we tailor all the content of those sessions to your needs. We talk with your engineering team, your stakeholders, your decision makers, to understand what is your organization's specific challenges, what are your workflows, and then we provide you with the sessions and content accordingly. So for you, I provided several links here below in the chat. You can find there how to purchase or subscribe to Leo Pro, to Leo Business, and Leo Enterprise. If you have more questions, you're more than welcome to click on the second link that basically shows you, no, I'm sorry. So the first link provides you with 20 free credits to use Leo Pro to see if it's the right fit for you, right? Then if you want to choose the best plan for you, then you should use the second link that takes you to this page that you see right now on the screen. The third link basically allows you to contact us. So this link is the best that for the guys that want to learn more about the Leo Business or the Leo Enterprise. And if you want to get a personal demo from our team, right? So you need to fill out the form, and please choose accordingly exactly your request, right? You have a few options there. Please choose the right one for you. And the fourth link allows you to join our next webinar, right? So before I'm finishing my part, and I know that we're a little bit, crossing our time here, I want to show you what's up next. If you're thinking about it, right, the revolution, let's call it like, let's use John's example. Let's call it maybe the Iron Man revolution, when the machine is not going to be able to talk to us, but it's going to be also able to design stuff for us. I'm not talking about full products, right? But assemblies, small assemblies that we know what they should do, we know how they should look like, but instead of doing the tedious work of building the assembly, putting all the parts together and everything, the machine, the AI, Leo is going to do it for us. So I want to share with you a video that it's a real video. It's a screen recording of our Leo AI labs and our AI model that is capable, and this is the first time ever, as far as we know, that this is the first time that an AI model generates an assembly just based on a prompt, based on an engineering request. This is what you're going to see now. And this is going to be available for you in early June, right? So let's see the screen recording. So imagine here that you have a specific request for Leo, right? What you see on the right-hand side, this is Leo's imagination, if you will, right? And as you can see here, is assembling one part after the other to get a full piston. And then you get a full piston system, right? Just based on the prompt. So we believe that this is gonna change engineering design forever. And this is gonna require from every mechanical engineer that leaves the academy and joins the industry, not only to choose the best bolts, the best nuts, or whatever, but to use AI to design stuff better, but with high reliability and high fidelity to meet the requirements. This is a new skill. And we call this new profession, like Sean said, AIME, AI Mechanical Engineer. So, at Leo AI, this is our vision. This is what we want to bring you. And of course, it's going to take time. You're going to tell us what you like, and most of all, what you dislike, and we're going to optimize this for you. But we're going to start by generating small assemblies, not full products. Again, the links are here for you below. And I want to emphasize again, guys, we're here for you to answer any of your questions and provide you with the best solutions that we can. And if I need to summarize, I would say this. You've heard JJ, you've heard what Leo provides him today. If you want to learn more about what Leo can do for you, like what he does for more than 35,000 engineers around the world, feel free to go to our website and see more testimonials there. But I recommend you to use Leo today, right? For free at the beginning. Take your 20 free credits, use Leo. Try to use it on your workflows, on your work, on your projects. Try to get the best out of it. See if it's for you. If you're not sure, we have all tutorials, video tutorials, textual tutorials on our website. Try to look at this, to look for the information that you need there. If it's not, you do not find the information there, contact us, right? Go to the website, hit contact us, and tell us that you want to talk. We would love to talk to you. So go ahead and do it now. If you want to leverage Leo and provide it to your organization, start to work with Leo, with AI to leverage your organizational data and knowledge, subscribe to Leo Business on our website. If you're a large organization, if you're an enterprise and you want to integrate Leo into your PDM, again, fill out the contact us form here in the links below. And please join our next webinar. We'd love to see you there. A lot of new surprises are waiting for you there. It's going to be in early June. The specific date is in the link. And guys, thank you so much for your time. I had a pleasure talking to you, and I'm talking on behalf of all our team. And now this is the time to start our Q&A session. And for those that want to leave, looking forward to see you next time, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, John, for joining us. Again, for me personally, it's a dream coming true. Sean, thank you so much for moderating this session. And yeah, we're here for every one of your questions. Yep. So Eitan, Moti, Sean, feel free to open your cameras here and let's start answering the questions. So if you have questions here, maybe use the Q&A, right? Yeah, so let's start with anonymous attendee. Question, when we buy a part using Leo, are you compensated by a vendor in any way? No, no. Let me even be even clearer. The only way that we're compensated is by your subscription, and you can cancel it at any time. So except of this, our main goal is to make you happy, not to provide revenue to other players, right? So the answer is no. Maybe I'll answer another question that I don't see here. The IP and privacy policy. If you're a business and enterprise customer, we are not touching your data. We do not share your data. Leo is not trained on your data whatsoever. So yeah, when it comes to IP and privacy, we're absolutely protected. Yeah, so what AI algorithm do you use in the background to build the CAD data? It is it publicly known? So Moti, I think you're the right person to answer.
Yeah, so hello everyone. Yeah, hey everyone. So I can't really get into the specific AI algorithm because we are developing it ourselves. It means that we have a pretty big research team that works on the cutting edge technology, including transformers and things like LLMs, just our architecture that's called the LMM, large mechanical model. It basically takes your CAD parts as tokens, like word tokens, and then understand them and generate for you like words, parts, and etc. So it understands engineering and can talk about engineering and generate engineering. So this is the only thing I can really say about our AI. That's it. Sorry.
Yep. Thank you, Moti. So there is another question here. Fantastic question, and I'm sorry for not being clear. Oh, I clicked that. I answered it already. So the question is, what subscription means? Is it one query per user per month? The answer is no. Let me share with you the answer, and then I'll take you to the pricing page. When you're subscribing to Leo, you get unlimited access to everything that Leo provides. And when I'm saying everything is with accordance to your tier. If you subscribe to Leo Pro, you get everything that Leo Pro provides. It means everything without the Windows Directory integration and without the PDM integration. You can use it 1,000,000 times in this month or 10 times. The subscription is the same. Yeah, so maybe I will share the screen real quick. So yeah, you're going to this tab, pricing, and you can see here all the tiers and what you get for each tier, right? What it includes. You get answers to engineering questions, blah, blah, blah. This for Leo Business, right? And for Leo Enterprise, per user, per month, not associated with a number of queries, etc. If you want to learn even better, even more, just scroll down a little bit and you see the comparison between all the plans, right? All the benefits, right? And our different tiers, Pro, Business, Enterprise, right? I hope it makes sense. So yeah, so we answered the last one, right? And anonymous attendee said that it makes sense. So we covered all the 21 questions on the Q&A and also on the chat, right? So we'll give you maybe one more minute to share more questions if you have. Eitan, Moti, Sean, do you have more questions that we have in mind from meetings with just a few hundreds of engineers to date that maybe one of those questions was not raised here?
Why did you guys name it Leo AI?
Great question, Sean. It's a great question because you and I know the answer.
Yes.
So yeah, Yeah, so we named Leo AI after Leonardo da Vinci, the world's first human engineer. And we believe that we bring a new kind of engineering. So Leo AI is the world's first, maybe AI enhanced human engineering experience. This is the story behind the name. Yeah, so we see a question from Guy. He's asking, can Leo search Onshape files? So you're just it's a funny question because we are just working on the integration to Onshape, but we don't want to expose our upcoming partnership. We're increasing our partnership right now, and this is, about to arrive very soon. So please stay tuned. When the integration to Onshape is going to be ready, you're going to know it, and it's going to allow you to do everything that we shared. To integrate into your data with Onshape is going to be the easiest because all your data is already there. There is not, a broken workflow of PDM and CAD. Onshape perfected the experience. PDM lives under one rooftop with the CAD. We believe this is the right way to go. So Leo's integration to Onshape is just natural because PDM is already there with the CAD, and because everything is cloud native. Everything lives on the cloud, Leo and Onshape. So I hope it makes sense, Guy. And yeah, I'm happy that you'll stay tuned. Yeah, so Marianne is asking, is this collaborate with Brave browser? Moti, do we have Leo web on the web browser works?
Yeah, it's just it's a good question also because people tend to confuse. Brave browser has a part of AI they call Leo because Brave is like a lion, right? So they call it Leo AI, but it's not connected to us in any way. Just a regular browser.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Derek James is asking, can I still get 20 free credits if I've already previously downloaded Leo? So it depends. We provide 20 credits to each email, right? So if you used all your credits, so you're out of credits. But if you have a few more credits left, you can leverage them. And if not, $39 per month, I guess it's not that bad. Yeah, I hope it makes sense, Derek. And yeah, I think we covered all the questions. So guys, if you have more questions down the road, again, please feel free. My links are here below. Let me share them again. So the first link is to get your free 20 free credits. The second one is to choose your plan that works best for you, Leo Pro, Leo Business, or Leo Enterprise, which again provides you everything that Eitan showed you, or everything that Eitan showed you, plus the integration to your data on your Windows directory. And the last one, the Leo Enterprise, is everything plus PDM integration. And if you want to schedule a meeting with us, the third link is for you. And the fourth link is to join our next webinar. So guys, I want to thank you again on my behalf and on behalf of all Leo AI team. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being our source of truth, of sharing with us your real feedback. Not telling us just what we like or want to hear, but tell us what you like and about what you dislike about Leo. This is the only way for us to optimize our values, our capabilities for you. And we're going to be here for you next month in June. Thank you so much for spending more of your time with us, and go ahead and join the AI revolution in AI for mechanical engineering, for mechanical design, and use Leo today.
Thank you,
so much.
everybody.
See you next time.